Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of this mess you see in front of you. But actually, these are both earphones by a company in Japan called Zero Audio, and I would like to talk about these with you. This is the Carbo Tenore, I think that's how you pronounce it, and the Basso or Basso Tenore. I'm just gonna say Basso Tenore. Basso Tenore, Carbo Tenore. What are the strengths? And what are the weaknesses, and what are the differences? Because they're both very similar in price. So first of all, let's talk about how came across this company. Um, I was browsing. I forgot where I was browsing exactly. Maybe it was our headphones. Basically, someone made a post saying, "Oh, you need to try these headphones, guys. Like this company in Japan is selling headphones for like 30, $35 that are like they compete with like headphones in the $200, $300 range. Earphones, I mean." I thought, well, that's quite a claim. I mean, what kind of. But I wanted to try it because I had some money handy, so I ordered them. It took a long time to get to me because Amazon themselves didn't have stock. So it came to me all the way from Japan. So, yeah. This is around almost 3 years ago I'm talking about. So I've had the Carbo Tenores for 3 years. This I bought more recently, like 2 months ago. So, just comparing. So, when I plugged these in and I listened to them, I was shocked. I was like, these sound amazing, and I'll tell you why. First of all, obviously the price. These are both under $50 usually. I don't have never seen them go above $50. It's very strange because on some Amazon sites like Amazon Germany or Amazon France or Amazon UK, sometimes the Basso Tenor, which is supposed to be more expensive slightly, might be cheaper than the Carbo Tenor. I'm not sure why that is. But on the US side, usually the Carbo Tenore is cheaper, maybe by $5, $10, than the Basso Tenore or Basso Tenore, whatever. So for the price, like yeah, amazing sound quality. Like I'll tell you why. The Soundstage on the Carbo Tenore is the widest I've heard on earphones. It's amazing. Like if you listen to like live recordings, let's say of course for a stereotypical sake, we're talking about the live performance of the Eagles' Hotel California from the 1992 acoustic concert or whatever that was. Yeah, these sound great with that. Like, it's incredible. The mids are so natural sounding on this. Like, I couldn't quite believe it. Like, at the time, I had a DT 990 Pro, 8600, I'm not Pro, and I think I had like a Grotto SR80i, and I was comparing these to those, and I was like, for some reason, the mids on this sound better than those headphones. I can't understand why, because the price difference was immense between the three headphones. So I would find myself more akin to listening to music on this all of a sudden, and that is a great compliment to give a pair of earphones. Not even just in this price range, but earphones having that quality that you want to listen to them more over your headphones. Alright, so the mids sound great. The highs, they're never sibilant. Never sibilant. There's a very smooth roll off in the highs, but it's not even too sudden. It's quite up there. Like you'll still hear a bit of like nice, sparkling, accurate sound. The acoustic instruments sound delightful. There is no muddiness is what I'm trying to say. Like you don't feel like you've been ripped off, like you're supposed to hear something there but you're not hearing it. No, nothing like that. So that balance is amazing. The bass on these, I found it very satisfying, and it goes quite low. The bass goes quite low. You get a subwoofer effect. You get the extension of the bass. The mid bass sounds amazing, but it doesn't overstep its boundaries, which we'll get to in a minute. But it doesn't overstep its boundaries. It's very welcome. The whole sound is very inviting. This is probably my favorite earphones I've ever used. The Carbo Tenore by Zero Audio. Now for the disadvantages. Obviously, you can probably see from just looking at it. This is a very flimsy cable. Like it doesn't affect the noise. It doesn't affect the sound if you move it. Like it doesn't like hiss or anything. But this is a very thin cable. Like it took me like I've almost had it for 3 years now, right? So I've had to take great care of this, even though I've been using it outdoors and everything. Like I don't just keep it in my room in a box or safe. No, I've been using these, but I've been taking good care of them. And eventually, you'll see here, you see a little. Let's see if it focuses. Uh, Basically, there's like a little piece here which is a little wobbly now. I can kind of see the wire underneath. I mean, it was bound to happen eventually with aging and stuff. But I do think I can just tape it slightly and it'll be fine because the sound hasn't changed. And I'll tell you why this happened. Um, for me, because these are so thin, the best way to wear these is to wrap them around your ear. I never used to do that before I bought these, and I only started doing that about 8 months ago. You wrap them around your ear and you put them in from the front side. Now, why I advise doing that is because these are very small and they kind of fall out of your ear sometimes. Like, it happens to me quite a bit with these headphones that it used to before I started wrapping them around. But wrapping them around made one of the sides kind of expose the wire. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just find some way to lock it in place. Maybe just a little bit of sellotape should be fine. Because they still sound great. There's no, it doesn't cut out or anything, just to make sure. So the wrapping around factor is kind of a must in my experience. But also that is kind of, I'm a little bit to blame for that because on the Carbo Tenore I use the smallest size tips. Now the reason for this, they come with 3 tips and a little pouch, very it's not made of leather or anything, just a very synthetic feeling, slightly velvety pouch. I'm not sure what mine is, otherwise I'd show you. So they come with 3 tips, large and medium. These are the small ones. I chose the small ones for this because for some reason they sounded the most punchy to me. They sounded the less intruding when it came to the sound presentation, and the soundstage was widest. Medium, not so much. Large, impossible. For my ear size, impossible to recreate that experience. So yeah, if I am using the smallest ones, then obviously they will fall out of your ear. So I did have to wrap them around and causing this problem, which I'll fix obviously. But yes, very, very flimsy cable. Like, I have to say that I love these headphones, but definitely the cable is a bit problematic. Anyways, to the Basso tenores. Why did I buy these? Because the cable started fraying a little bit, like exposing the wire. So I thought, well, I do love this company giving me all the value for years that I've had, and the sound quality is amazing. So let me try the Basso tenores because I didn't want to buy another one of these. Like, I thought these still work. I'll just use them until they don't work, but then I'll also buy something a little different. So what is the selling point of the Basso tenores? Well, from the name you can tell, these have more bass. These have more bass, more sub bass, more mid bass, more bass in every form. But how does it affect clarity? Because more bass, you kind of lose the delicate balance of instruments and all that. So let's talk about the design first. Very small, quite a bit thicker. Quite a bit thicker. You can't wrap these around your ears comfortably. You'll have to just pop these in there normally. The Basso Tenore is not to be wrapped around your ears. But that also means they don't really fall out. They don't have that problem with these, like they don't fall out so easily. Also with these, I'm using the medium size tips instead of the small size tips that I use for those. The reason for this is that they give the best punchiness to the bass, which I also used to say about that, but definitely just the more filling sound. Like with the small one tips for this, kind of feels like there's a bit of air being let in, like you don't feel like it should. So medium sized tips comes in the same kind of bag that does, same 3 levels of 3 kinds of tips. So you just pop them in your ear. You don't have to wrap them around. The cable itself is pretty much the same. So the same flimsy cable. Like I swear, I bet you, the money that they're saving, the money that you're saving buying these, is because of the cable. Like I said, it doesn't Doesn't give off any kind of acoustic noise when you touch it or when you move it around. But it's not that thick, doesn't feel that sturdy. It feels like you're one accident away from messing up and these will just break. So keep that in mind when you buy these, if you buy these, because they sound amazing. Money's all going into the sound, because I do say, and I will admit, these both sound like something way. These are both overperforming headphones in their price range. They sound like something way, way above. I've listened to Sennheiser headphones going up to 100, 150. Not as good as these. I have listened to Beyerdynamic earphones going up to, I think, $80. Not as good as these. So, the bass on these, more bass. How does it affect the clarity? Well, it does obviously affect the clarity a little bit, but not as much as I feared. Like, I can listen to these and I can still get immersed in whatever I'm listening to and think, oh yeah, all that stuff there, I can hear it. Like, there's nothing hidden. Like, I don't have to like strain my ears to hear something that I know is there in a song, something I'm used to. Soundstage wise, these are a little smaller than the Carbo Tenores. Definitely, you feel like the soundstage has been decreased. Like, I will give you what I think is a visual representation. If the soundstage of the Carbo Tenores is this big, the Basso Tenore is about this big. So keep that in mind. And the bass quality, oh yes, the bass in this sounds amazing. You listen to songs. I don't listen to dubstep, but I listen to damn, what's the name? Never mind. Drum and bass music and stuff sometimes, and the kick sounds amazing with these. The lows, the bass is the sub bass. These have amazing sub bass, like more sub bass than a lot of my other headphones, and they're just earphones. So you feel it in your chest. You feel like, whoa, that's pretty good. So those are the advantages of the Basso Tenores. You don't have to wrap them around your ears. They don't fall out. The bass is incredible. Much more of a bass head option for these headphones, and very similar in price. Like I said, it depends where you get them. I mentioned this earlier, but Amazon, if they don't have them in stock, they tend to send it from Japan, so it might take, I don't know, 1-2 weeks to get to you. Just keep that in mind. If you see the Prime button available when you order these, that means Amazon has them in local stock and you can get them quickly. When I did order these, they came from Japan, and I don't have the note with me right now, but they sent me a very nice note saying thank you for buying our headphones, like handwritten. I thought that was a nice touch. Just because I don't know how well known this company is outside of Japan. Like, I've looked at their options, and they have earphones now that go up to 150 in price. I have not tried those. I wasn't aware of them until yesterday, but I would like to try them because these two impressed me so much that I would like to know what they could do if you pay them a little more money. So definitely, I check these out, guys. Like, they're not that expensive. If you have a little bit of money left over and you want to try something new, I would definitely recommend trying Zero Audio Carbo Tenores, Zero Audio Basso Tenores. So that's been my review. Thank you. See you next time.